Hello BookTube, this is your friendly reminder that I still do exist on BookTube here, and it is also a book review of a book I read almost a month ago. This book had an impact on me. I've been thinking about it ever since, but I have not sat down to film my review yet. It is All Men Are Mortal by Simone de Beauvoir. Still continuing my journey of reading Simone de Beauvoir's novels. Not much to look at, library copy. Grad student loan periods are fantastic. I can keep a book out for an entire term, so no overdue fines here, even though I've had it out since late November. But this is a book review, so I should review the book rather than just sit here and ramble and drink beer. Because apparently I have become a beer person. Went to a great little pub near one of my favorite bookstores. No wine, just beer. So I had a beer, my date had a beer, and suddenly I found myself occasionally drinking a beer. Now I'm not gonna lie, I didn't buy this for me, I bought it for someone else who didn't show up, but you know, now I have beer. But this is a book review. This is All Men Are Mortal by Simone de Beauvoir. So when I originally made my notes for this video in early January, I was going to start the video with what I felt was a summary of the main theme of the book, really. It's the same story over and over again, or so the immortal man will tell you. There's no use working for anything because whatever we will do will only be undone with time, and it will be forgotten that we ever did it. This is a book about struggling with the concept of death, struggling with what it would really mean to be immortal, what it means to be mortal. Coming out of this, you actually get the sense that we're damn lucky we're gonna die someday, or else life would not have any meaning, which honestly I agree with it. But the story is about a woman who meets an immortal man. He's been alive for over 700 years, I believe. Most of the novel is a historical account of his life. He is describing his experiences to this woman that he's met, this woman who wants to save him, who wants to give him a purpose in life. But he is so far beyond having a purpose in life that he just can't cope with modern reality. I think the main idea of this book, at least for me, is that we find purpose through the fact that we are mortal. As our narrator, who's been alive for over 700 years, recounts, things only have a meaning when we're focused on the immediate future. If we start to look at the big picture, we start to realize that we don't always know the consequences of our actions, and what we think may be a good thing may not necessarily be a good thing. It may lead to a chain reaction years, decades, centuries down the road, and cause something horrible than the thing we were trying to prevent. A good action may be undone by someone else after we're dead. A few metaphors come up. The metaphor of a stone. Specifically in January I wrote down, when we see the big picture, when we see what we are as meaningless and insignificant as a stone, then we have no purpose and we stop living. In essence, the 700-year-old man has stopped living. He is simply existing. When our other main character, Regina, comes across this ancient man, he is lying in a lawn chair outside of a hotel somewhere. He lies in the garden all day, doesn't eat, doesn't drink. He's merely existing, trying to block out the world. And then she intrudes on that and brings him back to reality. And because of this, she feels as though she owes it to him to keep him there. There's part of him that wants to stay in reality, stay among the living. There's another part of him that is so cold and callous and sees the big picture, that just wants to stop living and merely exist. I'm gonna leave it here because I can't think of much more to say. If I had filmed this a month ago like I meant to, I would probably have an abundant number of things to say, but I suppose I should mention that it was published in English in 1955, translated by Leonard M. Friedman, and translators are important, and if I don't mention the translator, then Michael from Knowledge Lost is going to get on my case, as he rightly should.